Jay in the hood with it. Welcome back to GCTV, where you already know we're about to get it in. And in Menudo Style direct fashion, what I need you to do right now, not later, but right now is hit that like and subscribe. Put the notification bells on also, that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, we back at it. Yeah, we back at it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a torta with the spread habit. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Orale, and as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, yes, indubitably, we about to get it in a Menudo Style. Now, trip out. Wes fucking Watson, right? Yeah, I'm going to speak on it again. So what? You know, who cares? Right? At the end of the day, you know, he said some pretty outlandish shit talking about Mexicans don't got it like that. Mexicans can't. They look like shit when they work out, right? Well, let me tell you something, man. In prison, behind them walls, there's big boys. Big boy toys, man. Real life. Real situations. Individuals that are big, swole, and it doesn't matter if your ethnicity, doesn't matter if your race. And we're going to get to all that, what he's speaking on, because let me clarify and rectify some of the things that I've said in the past. We need to speak on it. Now, first of all, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope your weekend's starting out immaculate. I hope that you're going to do everything that you do with your family and have a good time. You know, it's going to be football weekend. It is what it is. But we have to talk about this poop butt, right? Wes, big steroid, the liver king. Because at the end of the day, you know, he has a lot to say about the people, about the gente, about the raza. And however you want to take it, if you want to be a supporter of his, fine and dandy, Holmes, call it candy. You could be a supporter of that man. You could take the initiative to put all kinds of money on his books, man, to help him out in his ways. But at the same time, I don't take offense to that. What I take offense to is him talking very, very derogatory about the raza, talking very derogatory about our peoples in general. And that's just a fact. Now, you know, he went on No Jumper and he said that Mexicans, it doesn't matter if they work out, doesn't matter how much burpees they do. Basically, it doesn't matter. They still look like shit. And then caught himself and tried to clean it up and say, but Mexican food's the bomb. That's why they all got a panza. Well, he ain't lying. Mexican food is the bomb, Holmes. But that ain't the reason why everyone has a panza. The reason why everyone has a panza is because it's DNA. Maybe that's just the way it is. Maybe some people are big swole up here, but chicken leg down there. Que no, West? Maybe some people just ain't got it like that. That doesn't mean one whole fucking ethnicity doesn't have it. Because in prison, and I've been there plenty of times, there's a lot of big boys. Taking case, for instance, the Usos. Now, come on, we know those are big people. DNA has dictated that, man. But have you ever seen a Uso on a weight pile? My goodness, man. I've seen Usos so big they had to put 4 pairs of handcuffs just to cuff this guy. This motherfucker was wearing a size 10X shirt and couldn't even get it on right. That's how big individuals are in prison. You know, that's why the weights were taken away from prisoners back in the 90s, because the society and the administration felt that they were creating monsters. Okay, they were some of the biggest individuals you would ever see in your lifetime in prison, minus the steroids, Wes. The wind's blowing. Let's talk about Wes for a minute. If you guys recall him starting his channel a few years back, I think he first sat down with Big Herc, who's another big individual, big brother, man. And we're going to get to the different ethnicities and who's the biggest of them all, who's the fairest of the land. But he sat down. He wasn't quite, I mean, he's bigger than I am. You know, a lot of people are bigger than I am. I don't have that frame, homie. I've never been giant, but I've been nice. I've been healthy. I've had stamina. I've had endurance. And that's all that mattered to me. You know, I didn't have endurance in the Cholo Trucker fight. Didn't have none of that. Didn't have hands, endurance, or none of that. And you can clown all you want to. But at the end of the day, I speak facts and I spit game, and it's real knowledge you can't get in college. Now, this individual, Wes, got out, sat down with Big Herc. And as you can see by these old videos, man, that Vato definitely was shot out, right? Compared to what he is now. I mean, he was looking nice compared to the average man. Anyone that's getting out of prison that just paroled or just got out after a little while is going to look nice. You're going to look healthy. You know, time stands still for a man in prison, and all he has to do is conduct his workouts, look after his health. You know, health is wealth. And look after his body. So that man got out ripped, he got out cut up, but he didn't get out massive like he says he is. He probably got out with half an ounce of tobacco and probably a fucking big bundle like that of paperwork up his ass, but he got out. But he wasn't looking how he looks now. And it's not because of any type of workout he's doing, because the man does work out. Let's just say it right there. We'll speak real. The Vato works out. He gets his, right? So what? Who cares? It ain't that important. It ain't that serious, you know? What's more serious, man, is the way you look, the way you feel, you know, how you fucking take care of your family. Those are the rules and regulations you must abide by out here, homie. In there, yes, it ain't nothing but reading Louis L'Amour books, Jackie Collins at night if you want to hit a puñeta, and of course, man, working out. That's all there is to do. Most people don't do it to stay healthy or to stay on point or to stay ready so they don't have to get ready. Most people stay that way, homie, because they're fucking bored. That's part of prison life. That's the one thing that they don't tell you that I'm here to tell you about prison. Not the death, not the tragedy, not the viciousness, not getting hit, doing pegadas. All that comes, right? I'm talking about the boredom. That's the worst thing, especially with holidays coming up like Thanksgiving, Christmas. These individuals are going to be very bored. Yeah, the little spreads are going to be popping. Yeah, they're going to be showing canalismo and chilling with the homies that are on the yarda. But most of those guys, 99%, would much rather be on the fucking streets with their family eating a drumstick. And that's just facts. Now, this guy gets out and he's not as big as he is now. And there's a reason for that. You already know what the fucking... Bingo. You said it. Fill it up with unleaded. This individual is on some of that other shit. Now, to each their own. If you want to hit a little psycho, the tetracycle, do your thing, homes. That's on you. But at the same time, you need to understand that when you're pushing propaganda to people and slandering other people for not being as big as you, them vatos ain't on drogas. Or they might be on black, but they're not on the same droga you're on. To help increase testosterone. To help get bigger and badder, right? This individual, man, got his fools mixed up and is definitely the fool in this situation. There's a lot of big guys in prison. Like I said, that's why they snatched the weights up, because they were creating some of the biggest individuals you ever see. Now, let's be honest and let's be true. Some of the biggest vatos you'll see on them prison yards are going to be the Africanos, the blacks. That's just what it is. These vatos were born with six packs. They're born cut up, right? So when they get on the yard and they start applying some pressure to some bar work, some back arms, a few dips, some pull-ups, and of course a water bag, one or two, man, and you can see up in here, these motherfuckers stays working out, right? A few little burpees and oh my, they blow up quick. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and that's just facts. So some of the biggest individuals on the yard might be blacks, might be the brothers, and of course the Usos. The Usos, they're born big. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Them vatos are born that way. Now imagine these individuals on a few cc's of that good funky shit. You know what I'm talking about, Wes. Imagine them on some of that West juice. That 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle juice. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. These vatos won't even be able to fit on my fucking YouTube screen. They won't even fit right here behind the lens, because at the end of the day, these are some of the biggest guys you're going to get. Now, Wes was minutely right when he said Mexicans don't have the frame or don't have the characteristics to get massive. Massive is his favorite word. You know, he stuck a massive bundle in his ass. That's just him. You know, so when Wes got to saying, you know, talking shit about Mexicans and how, you know, they could work out, it doesn't matter how many burpees they do, they look like shit because they eat a spread. Everybody eats spreads. I don't know how many different videos I've watched, you know, of Wes Watson talking about his homies eating spreads or people eating spreads. That's the thing to do, man. You got to eat something. You got to put some type of carbohydrates or some type of fucking, you know, electrolytes up in your fucking system. That's how it is. You can't work out without eating. Now, most of these guys that are on the yard, and I've seen some workout fanatics that weren't swole and they worked out every single day. Wes, you ain't got shit on these guys, right? These guys worked out craziness. Burpees all up on tables. Fucking pull-ups all the way to the chest, just really getting it, right? These vatos used to buy every jar of peanut butter they can get on the yarda. I remember that was one of my hustles. I was in Jamestown prison, man. I worked in the kitchen. 2 of my biggest hustles on the yard was, of course, making Pruno. So I was getting out white lightning, but it was some bomb Pruno, some good wine, right? And another one of my hustles was peanut butter. Peanut butter is a commodity in prison, man. It's one of the main things everyone that works out wants, because it has a lot of protein. So, of course, there was big old 5-gallon buckets of peanut butter. Me and the homeboy Brins, we used to look around. So I was get ready. You got me. Keep looking, point, trucha. Sas. I wasn't stabbing no one. I was stealing peanut butter. That's it. Straight up, filling up Folgers jars with peanut butter, smuggling them out to the Yarda and slinging them for $5 canteen. Yes, indeed, I had a gang of deodorants and Lever 2000 bars of soap. That's what it was. It was all about the hustle behind that muscle. That's what real guys that worked out needed. Now, when Wes Watson is disrespecting Mexicans, let's pinpoint some shit here. You know, Dubs did the video and he's talking about stamina and endurance, and that's what Mexicanos train for. That's what, you know, the Raza community trains for in prison, and he's absolutely, indubitably, 115% correct. That's a fact. You know, why Mexicans don't get as big as others, you ask yourself? I don't know. You could ask yourself how come and why come a gang of times, man. And like I said, it's a DNA thing. But don't act like you ain't never seen a big Mexican, because I'm sure the Strength Cartel will have something to say about that. Now, I don't know if them guys are on the injective shit, but at the same time, they definitely are big. You know, Big Boy's one of the biggest guys ever to present himself on YouTube. That's facts. There's a lot of big Mexicans. So I don't know how fucking Wes's feet were smelling that day when he put them in his mouth, but I'm sure he spit caspa, because at the end of the day, you know, to be real with you, man, he just put his foot in his mouth right there. That was something that he could have went and did his little spill on No Pumper and with Adam the Instigator and did everything he had to do and say what he had to say without mentioning Mexicans in a derogatory fashion. I think he hates on us. I think he has a problem with Mexicans. Now, I've heard from different people in their spills that he actually kicked it with the Southsiders or was cool with them at one point, that he actually had a lot of canalismo and there was a lot of, you know, interaction between them two entities. I call him, he's just an entity himself because his aura is so massive, you know, and the bundle and his fucking calzones is even massiver. You know, is that a word? Massiver? He massively put it in his ass. Now, for him to double back and to go back and later on, because he has a little bit of bread, he's touching a few, you know, a few increments. For him to go back now and disrespect Mexicans, man, it seems kind of fishy to me. Seems kind of provoked. It seems like that, like he wants to get a rise or a rouse out of the fucking the raza, and I don't understand why. You know, coming from them San Diego streets where he's officially from, allegedly, you know, he should already know the interactions with Mexicans is real. I mean, fuck, how close to the border can you get, Ese? You're damn near in cartel territory. You better watch out, Ese, before you get a motherfucking toothpick in your hand, and there ain't gonna be no bundle, and that's real. Right? No, that's just how they play over there. So for him to be speaking on Mexicans in a derogatory fashion, now some people said, hey, Gun, you jumped the gun on it. If you notice, he was just playing, man. He wasn't trying to instigate no conflict or why are you trying to get this dude whacked? I ain't trying to get nobody whacked. Shit, homie, I'm trying to look out for my own well-beings. But at the same time, I'm just keeping it real. If someone doesn't speak up for the gente, someone like myself and Dubs and other fucking content creators don't speak up for our peoples, then who will? We got to. We must. It's a must. Anyways, there's a lot of big boys in prison. Let me tell you a story. So I get to the county jail, right? Get to the county jail and, you know, I'm already expecting some fucking Sally all heroined out. And usually that's how it is. You get in there, he's on Malias, all fucking throwing up everywhere. So I'm like, damn, man, if I'm going to have a Sally like that, I got to give him the boot. He's got to do the scoot. I got to kick him up out of here because I ain't trying to function like that. I'm mad. I just got caught. I'm looking at years. I'm probably going to prison. I'm not trying to be here with the Sally that's throwing up all over the fucking latrine area. So my whole thinking, the whole time I'm in fucking down in R&R and I'm going to get up there, put into a cell, is thinking, man, I hope I get a good celly. I hope I get a homie. I hope I don't get some fucking dude that's washed up and I'll slam back because I ain't trying to go out like that. And I'm mad, right? I'm mad at myself for being a dummy for getting caught. Not because I wanted to stop doing what I was doing, but because I got caught. Facts, right? That's how usually everyone is when they get to county. You're sad, you're humbled, and you're mad, right? So anyways, I get in this cell and I don't got no celly. It's you, man, right? And I'm happy. Next day, I'm looking out the window, right? Because you hear new arrivals, people coming, right? So I'm looking out the window, being a little metiche. I want to see what's happening, who's coming in. I'm concerned, right? So I'm observing the platform. And when I'm looking out there, the biggest, most massive person I ever seen in my life comes walking through them doors. And I just know it. I just know they're going to put this motherfucker in my cell. I can smell it in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I just know, right? So this dude walks in. I back myself against the wall because I ain't trying to get fucked. That's right off the top, right? And I'm like, what's up? What's up? And he's like, smoothest, coolest individual I ever met in my whole life. Not only the biggest, but the coolest. He's like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, nah, man, I'm just here. I got me a little coke charge. I'm just here for a few days, man. this is your pad, man. I ain't really tripping. It's my first time in county. Man, I'm just trying to live. This dude was big. He was actually a bodybuilder, a natural bodybuilder, not drugged out. Yes, he was a brother, man. They put him in my cell. I was concerned. I was like, damn, I hope this dude don't choke me when I'm sleeping here, because I ain't got no cornbread. I ain't got none of that, right? We ended up being real cool after about 3 days. He bounced. Biggest dude I ever seen in my life to this day. Wasn't off that roid shit, So later on down the line, man, I get to prison. There's a Mexicano homeboy, right? He's from Madera. His name's Turi. Biggest Mexican, big boy. You can't hold this vato's laces. This vato was the biggest dude I ever seen. No steroids, no extra protein, no extra sopita at night. He ate what they gave him and ate the couple of sopas and the spread that the homies had and busted down every day. This dude was massive. He was a big guy, right? So when fucking Wes Watson says all these things about Mexicans can't they get big, they look like shit anyways, I don't understand the situation, because I just watched the video not even a couple hours ago where he's working out side by side with the Mexicano on the streets, and that dude looks pretty ripped, pretty big and cut up to me. He didn't look like shit. So how do these vatos feel, the raza that actually supports this dude, that when they're looking good, he said you can't get there, homie. He said you're gonna fucking, Mexican food's too good, eh? You're never gonna get there. Pay the 20 thou, pay whatever it is to work out with him and work out and listen to everything he says, but you will never get there because you're brown. Period. That's what he says. And that's what Adam laughed about, him saying it. So I don't know, man. I've seen plenty of big boys on the yards. I've told the story before. There was a Uso so fucking big, they had to put four handcuffs on him. And I remember this one black dude. It's truth, man. We were in the shoe, and we were on the tiers, man. And this one black dude, I don't know why he felt the need to disrespect this Uso. He didn't know that this was a Uso downstairs. He didn't know, that this guy was who he was. But he got to disrespecting the Uso. The Uso told him, look, man, I'm gonna come out for showers. When I come out, I'm gonna let you get a look at me. If you still want that smoke, I can catch you on yard, right? That fool came out. That fool bowed down like the West Side Connection. Oh, I didn't know that was you, Us. Sonny, what's up, brother? Right? And that's just real, man. I ain't trying to downplay nobody's commitment to being real. I'm just saying that's how it went down, because he was so big. So there's a lot of big boys. Yes, there's a lot of big white boys. There's a lot of big blacks. There's a lot of big Usos, a lot of big Mexicans, man. I don't like the fact that this guy chose to disrespect our people out of anyone, or anyone, period. It just ain't a good look. I don't understand why. But let's get back to like what Dub said about the training of endurance. That's what I was always taught. Everything in the mind of a Mexican, especially a gang member or someone who's functioning, is about staying up to par. Wind, homie, wind. Those are the ones wind helps you win. Those are the ones that are going to win, because their endurance, you can last longer. You can go. When you don't have that, you could be as big as you want to be, man, but you're going to be slow. You can't swing fast, homie. And the little Mexican is going to get you. And that's just how it is, man. But it doesn't make you bigger and badder because you're bigger. It might make people look at you and not want to test those waters, but it doesn't mean you're healthy because you're a giant or because you're swole. That doesn't mean you're healthy. I've seen some of the biggest dudes, Rich Piana, be some of the biggest guys on YouTube and then die at a very young age. You notice a lot of these big dudes that are all muscle bound that proclaim they're so healthy, man, die before the age of 40, 45. It's a trip. Now, I'm not saying I wish that upon Wes, but at the same time, I sure wish he would clean shit up and not disrespect people, man, and not proclaim to be the healthiest guy, strongest mentality on the YouTube yard, because he definitely doesn't have that. What he has, man, is a big fucking mouth, an asshole that's probably blown out that big, and a mentality to disrespect people because he has a lot of money. And money and size don't make you. What makes you is realness, heart, Cora, and your word. That's facts. So I've seen some of the biggest boys on YouTube. Don't get it twisted, man. Or some of the biggest guys in prison and on YouTube as well. Don't get it twisted, man. For that motherfucker to say Mexicans ain't as big as they are, he done tripped over a fucking steroid needle, fell, and it landed right in his ass. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle, the strive, the struggle. Orale, Wes Watson. Hey, man, I'm the most massive dude around, man. You're also the most fucking raged out weirdo around, too. You know what I mean? Stop talking, clown. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy is going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and clown and have fun if I want to, because it's my party and I'll clown if I want to. That's the reason why they want me canceled. Bang, bang. The gun.